Right, so we're actually going to do some work on the Twingo for a change. Off camera, the drive shafts are back in. Gearbox is not filled full of oil properly, but drive shafts are in, as you can maybe see by the discs. I have ran it around to make sure they spin. They do spin. One thing I think I put on a video a long time ago is the carbon canister on the other side, the pipework to it snaps. Now, what that means is basically it vents from the top of the crankcase through a pipe somewhere in here, all the way to a big carbon filled block, weighs a ton. It's right by the rear wheels. That filters out all the gases, pumps the gases back into the fuel tank, presumably put some pressure in there, and then the whole system, it goes around and around, just keeps getting burnt off. Basically, when you're at low revs, it just, the crankcase doesn't burn everything off on the racetrack. It burns off no problem, so it's not really needed. And because the connector is snapped off, which I'll show you in a minute, it's actually leaking air into the system. It's going to be causing all sorts of weird lumpy idle. Like, this doesn't idle nicely when cold, and that's probably one of the main reasons for it, beyond whatever I've not done right in here. So we definitely have an air leak because of that. So we need to sort that out. And then we can also remove the canister, plug the pipes, save some weight. Good stuff. Now, unfortunately, I always park it here, and it's right where this bush is. But if we have a look down here, and hopefully get underneath it, and it's here. It's this big black box. So I set this tripod up to be not so terribly lopsided. There it is. And you can see this pipe is coming from the engine bay, and it should go into here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And it isn't. So air is going in that pipe, going around the place. So we need to basically terminate all these plugs wherever they go, and then we can remove the whole thing. Maybe not. Now everything's all soaking wet. Great. Right. So what I actually already did was, where is it? I already wanged a bolt in there, but it's not properly sealed. How does this come off? Let's have a look properly under here. Interesting. And this is maybe it's the whole thing. We'll undo this bolt and we'll see what happens. Right, that was a 13mm bolt. Clearly never come off since the factory. Let's see what's happening now in this slowly getting progressively wetter area. Oh, here comes a noisy car. Very not cool. Okay, that did nothing. Right, so it had nothing to do with that bolt whatsoever. It's just a simple slide mount. Yeah, you just pull it sideways and the tab comes off, so not quite sure what. Is this actually a fuel tank bolt? Possibly. We'll put that back in. We can see this now. So, a little tab to get this one off. That one looks like it's the same as the one that snapped off. Yeah, right. Easy peasy. Not what I was expecting to actually happen, but when pulling the middle one off, it snapped as well. and then this whole pipe came out. So that's what this is. Not as heavy as I thought, but we now need to plug up these 2 extra ports. As you can see, it's getting slowly wetter. It is too wet to be crawling around under there in a puddle, because let's show you where are we at. Okay, crankcase ventilation goes into here. This then returns all the way down. Can you see it? Not easily. Comes out the bottom here. Goes down there, runs down the chassis rail or chassis leg, goes under the whole car, this side, under here, up into the fuel tank. Meanwhile, the fuel flow comes back down the same one, not the same one, a separate pipe adjacent to it. So then I'm presuming that goes then over the fuel tank, carbon canister, does filtering. So I need to plug those 3, which, if I'm not removing the pipe, is literally just going to be 3 bolts in, taped over the top, and we're done. And then that is basically that system entirely removed, which I'm going to do when it's not still threatening to rain.